1 2 1 2 Desmond 1 2 1 2 Desmond 2 2 1 2 thank you Darren.
No problem.
If you're happy.
What?
Oh, I see.
One, two. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd be not certain why most people haven't arrived, but we've got quite a substantial RSVP list. Most of the people who I can see aren't here already. To the people who have joined us via the live feed, we're running slightly late. To the people who are around, you can tune in on your car's radio at 88.0. 88.0. Thank you for your patience. We'll get underway as soon as possible.
You want to get tossed then?
Come on, everybody. It's a celebration. Can you hoot for Papa's birthday? Can I hear those hooters? Come on, let Papa hear you in heaven. You can get out of your... No, don't get out of your car. Stay in your car. Hoot for Papa, guys. Come on. Let's... Woo-wee! Wonderful people. Happy birthday, Papa. We're not going to sing happy birthday. We're going to sing happy next heavenly birthday, Papa. Thank you very much, Tony. In the spirit of that introduction, it was the last post is a tribute to an officer on his departing. Oh my word. And that was how we started off. But today being a celebration, and that being Papa's favorite song, we thought it fitting to remix into that song. Wow, this is not that easy. But today is a celebration of Papa's life. Papa didn't have a very easy last few days, and we're here to celebrate the fact that Papa is no longer suffering. He's departed. The Lord's plan has been fulfilled. And on that point, we're going to give thanks to the Lord with a sermon led by Glenn and Michelle, opening with a hymn. So, if we can please start. Thank you very much. Excuse me, I was so impacted by my emotion, I forgot to do the housekeeping. The toilets are over there on the right-hand side. Please excuse me. If people can remain in their vehicles, everyone can tune in to 88.0 on the live feed. People, you're welcome to let us know where you're from, and you can post your messages. People in the vehicles are welcome to come up and wish the family condolences. Individually, please maintain social distancing and remain behind the COVID screen that we've got. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and welcome.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the works thy hands I see the stars. I hear the rolling thunder. Thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God, His Son unsparing, sent Him to die, I scarce can take it in, that on the cross my burden gladly bearing, He bled and died to take away my sin. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
When
When Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and then proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, 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 how
Today is actually a celebratory service for Patrick. The earth is certainly lost, but heaven is gained. We'd like to start off by giving thanks to his family, his friends who have made it to be here today, and for those who are watching via live stream. Friends and family, today is really a victory service in Patrick's honor. Patrick was born on the 9th of September 1923 and died on the 26th of August 2021. Papa would have celebrated his 98th birthday today. Patrick was part of a family of 4 siblings: David, Bob, Yvonne, and Lorraine. He was married to Peggy for 52 years. Wow, what an achievement. Peggy passed away 16 and a half years ago. Pat leaves behind 3 children, Tracy, Paddy, and Vaughan, 5 grandchildren, Sean, Celine, Lindley, Ashley, and Tristan. 5 great-grandchildren, Eden, Corbin, Lincoln, Lee, and Elliot. Now I'd like to hand over to Michelle. She's going to read from 2 Corinthians 5, verse 1 to 11 in the Message.
Now we know that when these bodies of ours are taken down like tents and folded away, they will be replaced by resurrection bodies in heaven, God-made, not handmade. And then we'll never have to relocate these tents, these earthly tents of ours, ever again. Sometimes in these earthly tents, we can hardly wait to move. And so sometimes we cry out in frustration, because compared to what's coming, living conditions around here seem like a stopover in an unfurnished shack. And we, frankly, get tired of it. You see, because we've been given a glimpse of the real thing. We've been given a glimpse of our real home, where Papa is now. We've been given a glimpse of our resurrection bodies. You see, the Spirit of God whets our appetite by giving us a taste of what's ahead. He puts just a little of heaven in our hearts so that we will never settle for less. You see, there are 2 sides to this occasion. Firstly, there is sadness and there's an emptiness with Papa's departure. But Philippians 1 verse 21 says, to die is gain. And this is sometimes hard for us to understand because we live in a temporal realm. And secondly, the other side of this occasion is the victory that is found in Christ. God sent his Son to die for each and every one of us. And that God is a God who is rich in mercy and full of grace. The richness of God's mercy is so vast that our tiny little minds cannot even begin to comprehend it. So while Papa's body may no longer be with us, and we're sad and we feel an emptiness, by faith we believe that Patrick Brophy is basking in the richness of that very mercy and grace right now. What sweet victory this is.
Amen. Now these are the promises that Jesus left for us all. Us all. John 5:24 says, most assuredly I say to you, he who hears my word and believes in him who sent me has everlasting life and shall not come into judgment, but has passed from death into life. John 8 verse 51, most assuredly I say to you, if anyone keeps my word, he shall never see death again. You see, these scriptures give us hope. We can look at death squarely in the face without fearing it. We also need to consider that life on earth is but a fraction of time in comparison to eternity. How should we live here on earth in preparation for eternity? Every one of us will face eternity after death. This is one thing we can be absolutely certain of. Jesus said to Martha in John 11:25 to 27, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? And she said to him, Yes, Lord. I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is come into the world. He also said in John 14, verse 1 to 6, Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe in me also. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. And I go to prepare a place for you. I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. And where I go, you know, and the way you know. Thomas said to him, Lord, we do not know where we are going, where you are going. And how can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. You see, dear friends, death has lost its hold on the believer. Death is still our enemy, but it has seriously lost its sting. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 54 to 55, reassures us that death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? See, every single one of us will die one day. As sure as God made little green apples, that's how certain death is. The question is, how will we spend eternity? John 1 verse 12 tells us, as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become the children of God, to even those who believe in his name. God is a God of compassion and faithfulness. He is a God of wisdom and of power. He is a God of sovereignty and providence. Father, once again, we come to you to thank you for Patrick Brophy's life. Thank you, Father, for the special gift he was to us all. Thank you for the quirky way in which he loved others. Thank you for the mischievous sense of humor that brought so much laughter over the years. Thank you for the absence of pretense, for his honesty. But thank you most of all for the tenacity and the steadfastness that marked his life. It will live on forever in our hearts. So, Pat Brophy, today is the 9th of September, the day you were born. We are gathered here today to celebrate the life you lived so gregariously. And today we are here also to bid you a glorious farewell. At this point, we're going to hand over to Tracy. Tracy and Vol.
Yes, Tracy and Vaughan will come up to do the eulogy. But I thought to myself, if Papa was here, what would Papa want you guys to know? And I really dug deep, and I reached out to Papa's spirit, and I said, Papa, what would you tell all the people here today? And it came to me like a bolt of lightning, and Papa said, please tell the people in the back row not to fray during the hymns. So I'm handing over to Tracy, and to Vaughan now is going to be doing the eulogy.
Good afternoon, everybody,
Hi, good afternoon.
and thanks for coming. Patrick Diedrich Brophy, also known as Pat or Papa, was born in Mowbray on the 9th of September 1923 to Donald and Gladys Brophy. His siblings were Yvonne, Robert, Lorraine, and David. He married Peggy Scow on the 17th of April, 1953, and they had 3 children. Patrick Jr., also known as Paddy, Mavonin, also known as Vaughan, and Tracy. Peggy passed on in June 2005 after 52 years of marriage to Pat. And they are survived by their children, 5 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. In his youth, the fishing harbour was his playground. Pat would sit on the wharf side, watching the vessels sail out to sea, little knowing that one day he would be a commander of the high seas. His first job was on the whalers when he joined a Dutch organization, Finca and Company, where his work took him to the Antarctica for months at a time. He was commissioned to fetch the Stores, the largest fishing vessel in the southern hemisphere during the 70s, for Irvin and Johnson. Following this voyage to Germany, Pat became master of the Pride of the Fleet. Pat, or Papa, as he was known, was greatly loved by many. Papa achieved so much in his lifetime.
He broke a number of fishing records, some of which are still held by him to this day. He not only earned himself the title of the Kingclip King, but on one occasion was presented with the Jaguar Executive by Caspar Wolf of Atlantic Fishing Enterprises for his achievements. He was one of the founder members and a director of New South Africa Fishing Enterprises, as well as the director of NSA Fishing Company, which was a joint venture with Nico Bacon of Viking Fishing. He eventually semi-retired at the age of 75 years, but still took a ship out at the age of 80 years and beyond. Papa was definitely one of a kind and in a class of his own. He was described by his fellow director, Diana Williams, as the voice of reason, a true problem solver, a leader of the highest caliber who inspired his crew and colleagues through his work ethic. He not only led by example, but he was loved by one and all, even those he chastised, which is something not easily achieved.
Papa was very young at heart, and his friends were mostly much younger than him. He enjoyed mixing with them, and there was always music with lots of fun and laughter. We once asked him about buying an apartment in a retirement village and were told, "No, thank you. I do not mix with old people." In his 90th year, he took Vaughan and Tracy on a Caribbean cruise. A great time was had by all. And as usual, he spent his time charming all the girls on the ship and thoroughly enjoyed the experience.
The captain of our ship had a life well lived and was described in some of the following ways: a man's man, a true friend, a beautiful soul, a gem of a gentleman, the most handsome and sexiest old man with so much charisma and charm, a true legend, kind and generous, admired by all, a humble man, a giant in a lot of people's lives, and a tall building without fear.
A great dancing partner who was always the center of the party with lots of stories to tell and a great sense of humor who could always make everyone laugh. So we say goodbye to an irreplaceable, remarkable, legendary dad, papa, grandfather, great-grandfather, sibling and friend. To Broadside Brophy, as he was known in the fishing fraternity, we bid farewell to the captain of our ship and inspiration to one and all. Thank you.
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes my heart, it wants to know why. But your yoke is easy and your burden is light. And though my heart is aching and the tears in my eyes, so whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Sometimes sometimes it's easy, but it's not always right. Sometimes I do things that are wrong in your sight, but I have decided I'm gonna follow Jesus. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. So whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. So whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It's 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 well with my soul.
Thank you, Glenn and Michelle and the Glenn Robertson, the Glenn Robertson Jazz Band. Everyone, I know it's hot out there, and I hope all of you guys are bearable. If you want some water, just hoot and I'll say lift up your hand. Oh, well, can you get back in your car, please? You're going to get us thrown out. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're going to have tributes now, ladies and gentlemen. People ask me, how did Papa pass away? You know, was it COVID? That's such an obvious question nowadays. Yeah. I said, no, Papa passed away from just lekker lung levergitis. You know, that's all. So to give tributes now, we're gonna have tributes from the friends as well as Celine. If Celine, please come up for your tribute, and then we'll have a live tribute from Ashley.
Thank you, everybody, for making the time to come and celebrate our grandfather's life with us. I'd like to read the tribute sent by my Auntie Shirley and my papa's UK brothers and sisters-in-laws. It is with a heavy heart that we have lost our dearest brother-in-law, Pat. We often talk of the wonderful times spent together. We had good times over the years, especially at your 90th birthday party. You have always been a firm favorite of Peggy's brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, we cannot be there today. But rest in peace, love, Jean, Thelma, Hammy, Shirley, Terry, Jerry, and Neville.
This is from a colleague and great friend of Papa's, Mike Saunders. He said, I have known Pat for over 50 years. He was a mentor, a friend, and the greatest family man I have ever known. Pat was modest, unflappable, and always had time for other people. I remember back in the day when we were not allowed in restaurants together due to apartheid. We used to go on long drives with Peggy, Pat, Jürgen, Preuss, and I. We would stop at roadside stalls and stop at spots along the way and have wonderful picnics all around what is now the wine route. We would always finish up in Penland Avenue residence, always great hospitality and some pretty wild parties and escapades. We had so much fun. But always, the family that Pat loved so much and was so proud of came first. I'm so proud and blessed to have spent such happy times in his company. I'm with you guys at the sad time, and I know he will be sorely missed by the many, many people whose lives he touched. Go in peace, my dear friend, and we will all celebrate a life well lived.
And then we have another tribute from Joan and Jenny Pike. Pat and I met through my brother Arthur Hinson, aka Ati, when they worked together as captains on the ships. He became a regular visitor to our home, and we became firm friends due to Pat's sense of humor and lovely nature. That friendship has lasted more than 70 years. Joan's daughter Jenny says, due to Mum moving to the UK, she hadn't seen him for many years. Then all of a sudden he decided to visit Mum out of the blue. This is when I met Pat, and along with my mum, chauffeured him to sightseeing Cornwall. During those times, we never stopped laughing. He was an incredible man. We both adored him, and he will be missed. The memory of his visit will last a lifetime. Much love to you all. His legacy lives on through his beautiful family. Rest in peace, Pat. I think that's so true for my grandfather, because we actually heard many, many stories about Ati. We heard about the trip to Cornwall as well, over and over. And I think he just had this knack for retelling stories and above all making people laugh and just enjoy themselves and feel at ease. Okay. You read the verse.
Psalm 107, 23 to 24.
You want to say it together? They that go down to the sea in ships, that do business in great waters, these see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. Amen. I've always held that verse close in thinking about my grandfather, and not only his life and his unwavering love for each and every single one of us, as well as that verse, inspired this poem that I wrote for him. Just going to get it, and then I'll be able to say it. The legacy of sea legs. You know well the wonders of life, having journeyed its deep, great waters for many a decade. You know well, in a world of sentiment, there is often little space for sentimentality, that even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness or sadness, that without it there is no balance. And while a broken heart is far more painful than a broken limb, you know well the stability of sea legs, the privilege of a lifetime to become who you truly are. Our Papa, a man of integrity, a jolly fellow, the kindest soul, the one who is there when the waves roll high and low, our Papa. How great is this mystery of life? And as it bows and bends, I know well the stability of sea legs. Because like a grain of sand is a part of the beach, I am a part of you, whether on the shore or in the swells of the eternal places. The one who is there when the waves roll high and low, our Papa. Thank you.
Now there's a voice tribute from Ashley, who's in Amsterdam. Not Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Today we say our final earthly goodbyes to the most incredible man I have ever known. My family is grieving the loss of my grandfather, and we feel the void he's left very clearly. The head of our family is no longer here with us, but we feel his presence still. And what a presence he had. As everyone's messages of condolence pour in, it is clear that he was loved and respected by all who knew him. But my Papa holds a very special place in my heart. In fact, he's the captain of it. There are many stories that I could share about Papa, like how he would wake me up every morning, make me breakfast and walk me to school, or how he taught me to predict the weather based off the color of the sky, or even how he instilled a love of good music and the ocean in me. But my favorite memory is about a question. He would always ask me, "Who loves you the most?" The answer to this question was, of course, Papa. But not just because it was a cute, endearing thing to say, but because he really was the person who loved me the most. And he never missed an opportunity to show me. From the littlest things, like putting my clothes on the heater in winter so that it wouldn't be cold when I got dressed, to the biggest things, like always being there for me when I needed him, no matter how big or small my problems were. He was my rock and my safe haven, the father that I needed when mine was no longer around, and I will forever be grateful for how loved and worthy he always made me feel. Till we meet again. So long. Over and out.
212. That was the tribute from Ashley in the Netherlands. Now we're going to call on Margot, who's going to come read tributes on behalf of some of the friends. Gerard, you and your family can come up. You know what the wolves meant to Papa. And please, Gerard, and that will be followed by a song performed by Gerard Wolf and Daryl Andrews at Paul Peterson's studio. Thank you, Glenn.
One, two.
Hello, everybody. this is a tribute from the Wolf family to Papa. Dearest Papa, how do we say goodbye to someone who it would seem would live forever? Someone who has made such a great impression on our lives and whose absence now leaves a huge void. But grief is the price we pay for love. My mind drifts to all the things you so enjoyed. First and foremost, the love for your family, your regular Sunday drives to our house, which you called the highlight of your week. What a huge privilege that was for us. A really solid connection was built during these visits, and that's how we became your other family. It was during these times that lots of life lessons were learned and loads of memories made. Your love of music, especially big bands and orchestras, and Gerard would so readily entertain your every musical request. Your love of people and how easily you absorbed them into your life because you had so much compassion, a heart of gold and so much love to give. Your pleasant yet no-nonsense nature earned you many friends. Socializing with people brought you great joy. Those were the times you told your most entertaining and humorous stories, which was cause for so much laughter. How you loved a good party. You quite simply loved life. I stole these words from one of your favorite artists, Nat King Cole, or even Ella Fitzgerald. They both sang it. Oh, how the ghost of you clings. These foolish things remind me of you. So goodbyes make you think. They make you think about what you had and what you lost and what you've taken for granted. It's only in the agony of parting that we look into the depths of love. It is not the ship so much as the skillful sailing that assures a prosperous voyage. Bon voyage, Papa. You will be sorely missed by the Wolf family. So I also have a couple of tributes from some special friends who couldn't be here today. So I'll start with the first one. Papa will always hold an incredibly special place in my heart. Whenever he asked me how I was, he genuinely meant it, and I would share and he would listen with keen interest. What a privilege to have known such a great man. It was always such a treat being in his company and listening to his captivating stories, stories that I will remember forever, stories that only he could tell in his way. He will always be spoken about at every gathering to come with great fondness. May the memories that he left behind continue to live with us forever. Thank you for the role you played in my life, Papa, and thank you for your guidance and love. Camilla. Next one. It is with a sad heart that we say goodbye to Papa. He meant so much to us in so many ways. What a distinguished gentleman he was, a man of wisdom. So much fun times we had. He was so young at heart. He will always be lovingly remembered and forever in our hearts. Kevin, Virgie, and family. Papa was a true legend, a shining example to all of us. We have learned so much from him. We especially enjoyed his stories of his travels in every port when he was captain of the ship. Our captain is gone but not forgotten. He loved completely and he loved us all. He knew I enjoyed Jack Daniels and would always bring a bottle for me to Margot and Gerard's house. He loved music and he loved to dance, and I never missed an opportunity to dance with him. Our captain is gone but never forgotten. Rest in peace, Papa. May we never forget your guidance and your teachings, a true icon. I will miss you dearly. Jillian. Next, Papa, thanks for the wonderful memories and regaling of your many humorous stories that I loved hearing multiple times. You were a true leader and trailblazer who lived life to the full. You will certainly be missed. However, I'm sure reunion parties are happening in heaven as we speak. You lived, loved, and left an enduring legacy. Rest well, Sean O'Connell and family. Then I met Papa in the galaxy, where Gerard introduced him to me. He must have been in his 60s then. He was a handsome man who was well-traveled, knowledgeable with a great sense of humor. I spent many a great night at the Wolf household with him, and I will never forget him. And that's from Darrell Andrews. Two more. So this is so difficult. For us, it was his awesome sense of humor. He also shares his name with my Patrick. We supported the same English soccer team. His incredible stories, his strength and personality, that my occasional interaction with him was always pleasant, and that's from Carol. And the last one, it has been an honor and a privilege to have been a part of his life. I have many great memories that I will cherish forever. He was indeed a special man. We will miss him dearly. Have a great day. Big love to you all. From Paul Peterson. So there you go. Happy heavenly birthday, Papa. So you're up there among the stars. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Papa will always be fondly remembered by my family. He has been loved and respected unconditionally by all. His passing has inspired me to record an appropriate song for his farewell. This is my rendition of a beautiful song written by Lionel Richie for Kenny Rogers, titled Goodbye.
I wanted you for life, you and me in the wind. I never thought there'd come a time that our story would end. It's hard to understand, but I guess I'll have to try. It's not easy to say goodbye. For all the joy we share, all that time we had to spend. If I had one wish, I'd want forever back again, to look into your eyes and hold you when you cry. It's not easy to say goodbye. I remember all those great times we had, so many memories, some good, some bad. Yes, and through it all, those memories would last forever. There's peace in where you are, maybe all I need to know. And if I listen to my heart, I'll hear your laughter once more. And so I have to say glad you came my way. It's not easy to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gerard is available for hire for functions if you need. 555 Gerard. Okay, now we have the pleasure of inviting Leslie Klainsmith, who's going to come up and sing 2 songs. They've got you. You ready, sir? Please come along and do your thing. Let's hear it from Leslie Klainsmith, everybody. You can have a microphone. You can have the stage.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and lay here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. I take this opportunity to say a dear farewell to a dear friend, Papa Brophy. Rest peacefully, dear Papa, until we meet again in the beyond. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up than I can be. Thank you. A special one, special sender for Papa. Yeah. Going all the way beyond the sea. Hey! Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'll go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. Hey! For Papa! And this is Daryl's contribution. Daryl beautifully playing for Papa. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond the doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we will be beyond the sea. I'll never again I'll go sailing. No, never again we'll go sailing. Oh, never again I'll go sailing. I thank you all very much.
Leslie, that was
Farewell,
brilliant.
Papa.
Hold on. A selfie with Leslie, please. Come, let's just a selfie quickly. There we go. Okay. Great stuff, everyone. You know, it's time for the thanks. And I think firstly, I want to say thank you to all of you. Testament, everything that you've heard about Papa, you guys as his friends and his family and his neighbors and all those people, you testament of the character, the nature of that guy. So thank you to all of you. Papa wouldn't be Papa without somebody sitting there and listening to his, okay, let me just, that's a family, listening to his stories. Papa wouldn't be the gentleman if there wasn't a lady there to be a gentleman too. Papa wouldn't be a neighbor if there wasn't a neighbor to be. So thank you, firstly, to each and every one of you. It says a hell of a lot about your character and the people and the nature and who you are. Thank you for being special to Papa, each and every one of you in your own way. Then, Ronnie, I lost my thanks paper. No, okay, I know who was thank. We cannot deny the role that Tracy and Marlene played in caring for Papa. The two of you, really, from the bottom of all of our hearts, we want to thank you guys dearly for everything you've
Yeah.
done through. Please give Tracy and Marlene a hoot. We all know what Papa and Tracy went through. Yeah, they were there day and night. And then the neighbors in Penland, the Penland community, Mr. Moses, you guys have been brilliant. Thank you very much for showing the love that you have. To all the musicians, the Glenn Robertson Jazz Band, Daryl, yes, I'm getting Leslie, of course, and Gerard. What a performance, Gerard. I'm impressed. Gerard's embarking on a great musical career, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very impressed with Daryl. And then to ZSL, Roger Alexander, he pulled this all together in a very short time. If anyone wants to get more information on Roger, from Zodiac Sound and Lighting, zsl.co.za. And then last but not least, thank you to God for giving us Papa. What an awesome, just an awesome magnitude of a man to grow up under, to learn from. Thank you. We got our children today because we were given life by Papa, so I thank God for my grandfather. So last but not least, thanks to God for Papa. And everyone, thank you very much for coming. We're going to sing. Lindley's going to give us a closing tribute. The Glenn Robertson Jazz Band is going to bless us again with a song, and then we're going to end with the last post once again and in the mood. And you guys, you can dance, you can bum dance, in your car seat. Try it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sean. Why have I got two mics? Good afternoon, everybody. I just wrote a short little something. What can I say that already hasn't been said today? There are people in this world whose reputation precedes them, and my grandfather is definitely in that category. A renowned man, loved and respected by all who have had the honor of knowing him. It's quite rare when someone's presence precedes them. My grandfather's presence inspired joy long before he was in your presence. There was excitement, happiness, and a general buzz, Papa's coming. People get the food and drinks prepared, make sure the music is on point, get their best dirty jokes at the ready. All of you sitting here can attest to that fact. There are not many people who inspire such a positive vibe long before they even arrive. And when you would show up unannounced, people would literally, you see the brightest smile strike across their faces, and the weirdest gestures and movements, because they drop whatever they're doing and start greeting him from afar. People loved him so much. When I used to ride around with him as a boy, I would get jealous, that's all the attention's being stolen by these people. But then they would tell me their stories about Papa, he's been my buddy for this long, how many years, and, it was all good. In his last days, Papa would give me that same smile. And it brought forth all these kinds of memories of being with him. Legendary stories that people would say, it's inconceivable that these things would happen in this day and age. Like Papa and his friends borrowing a bus. Well, they found a bus that was parked. He took said bus, took it to the Merry Widow, transplanted the whole party onto that bus, rode around town, parked the bus back where it was. I mean, who does that? Yeah, just stories about how he and Granny would go dancing back in the day, and, a song would be playing, and he'd explain to me what memories he associates with that song. These are memories that I'll always treasure. I just think being around Papa at that time, those of you who have had the pleasure, must have been so epic. Stories he would tell me of his battles growing up in Cape Town long ago, standing up for those who were being bullied or picked on, or just being a general tough guy who doesn't stand for nonsense of any sort. Of course, there were his accolades, accomplishments, and escapades out in the open seas, where he worked his way up through the ranks and became a respected and sought-after captain. But the most important memories to me are the times I spent with Papa as a boy. He would call me outside in the evening sometimes, explain to me about the stars and the planets, you know, what things are, how they work. He would tell me about the important events in history and how it related to him at the time. Just so many interesting topics that he had that time to teach me about. Every Sunday, he would buy my sister and I far too many luxuries. Either at Wembley, Coimbra, Rosmead, and throughout my formative years, he always had the answer for me, you know. And as I grew older, he would show me where to find those answers for myself. So I would ask him, Papa, what's 7 times 7? There's the calculator. You know, how do you spell? There's the dictionary. Or, you know, Papa, there's this girl at school. There's the condoms. Sorry. In high school, my friends would, you know, throw all the entries down when Papa pull up in that blue Conquest. It's always good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Brophy. And this is the same type of kids who's always in fights and swearing at the teachers, just generally unruly. But they definitely had that automatic respect for him, even though they didn't really know him. And lastly, I remember riding around with Papa when he would run errands in and around town. He would take parcels of fish to everybody, not because they gave him anything in return, just because he wanted to. And I asked him, you know, Papa, why don't you sell the fish rather, you know, make a profit? And I think he answered, you know, I don't need anything from anyone. I have enough. But it's always nice to know that someone is thinking of you. And as I was writing this, I kind of now understand what he means. It's not the people you do good by who's thinking of you, but you do good by others because you're thinking of them. And I think it's the most important part of Papa's legacy that he left with us. Just the way he lived his life. Work hard, take care of your family, be humble, enjoy life, help others where possible, and just be lekker. I know there's been a lot of hooting and cheering today, but Sean, if you can set the timer on your phone, can everybody just make as much noise as you can for 98 seconds as we wish Papa a happy birthday and give him a great farewell. Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our proceedings here. There's a Hebrew proverb which says, "Say not in grief that he is no more, but in thankfulness he was." We will hold you close in our hearts, Papa, till we meet again. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord look upon you with favor and give you his peace. Amen. We're going to play out with a song for Papa. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio as I go on my way. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Here we go on our way, cheerio. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio, here I go on my way. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio as I go on my way. I don't know. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio as I go on my way. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio, here I go on my way.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. And keep Papa's spirit alive. Call us, come visit. And if any of you got fish, you bring us, please, man, because now we got no. Thank you. Seagulls, don't go. Wait. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And I would like to invite all of you to Papa's 100th birthday party at the CTICC in 2 years' time. On the 9th of September 2023, we'll be having Papa's 100th birthday party. All of you who came today are VIPs, you got first access. God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Let's hear a hoot for Papa.
Thank you.